Yo, what's good with you on today's video? I got part 4 of how to make a solo leveling game. I'm 99% sure this is part 4 because I know part 1 and the quest and yeah, this is part 4. And so as you guys can tell by the title, this part is going to include dungeons, which, it was a given that eventually I was going to have to include this for solo leveling and stuff. So I'm going to introduce like keys that drop every couple seconds and stuff, and then each dungeon will have its own rarity. So, there's like a 1 in 100 chance that a classic dungeon will drop, a 1 in 150 chance that a rare dungeon will drop, etc., etc., right? So, and shout out to someone who commented this. If you're watching this video, shout out to you. They commented on the video, actually giving me the idea, and I was like, "You're a genius." I didn't even think about doing that. I completely like forgot and stuff. But yeah, if you haven't seen part 1, part 2, part 3, go watch those first 3 parts. As you can see, I clearly have some stuff already done and everything. What's up to everybody watching the premieres right now? Thank you for all the love and support you're showing on the channel. Really do appreciate it. We're on our way to 9,000, and let's go ahead and get straight into the video. First things first, need to go ahead and create our key, right? So as you guys probably guessed, if we open up server storage, go to the item folder, I'm going to put the key inside of here. So let's just go to the toolbox, and then if we just go to models, type key, right? You can get whatever key you would like. I'm trying to find which key did I'm trying to find the original key I had. Oh, I think it was this one, but I'm just gonna go here it was actually this one. Yeah, it was this one actually. Yeah. So this is the key I got. You can get any type of key, or if you just make it, whatever you want to do, right? Of course, you're going to rename it to key, and then we want can't collide turned on. We don't want it to be anchored. We're going to insert a tool into the workspace. You're going to rename said tool to key, right? So the way this is going to work is you want every single one of your keys to be named key. Like you just want all of your keys to have the name. What's going to be the distinguishable characteristic is going to be the tooltip. Here's where you're going to put the name of the dungeon. So for this, you're going to put, because remember we disabled a hotbar, like the default hotbar, so players wouldn't be able to see the name of the tool. So we're instead going to set the tooltip to the name of the dungeon. So this, I'm going to put starter dungeon, boom, because it's the starter dungeon. And then of course I'm going to modify it a little bit. I'm going to put the key inside of the key tool. I'm going to scale it. So I'm gonna do it like this, scale it down, because obviously this has to be like, in a player's hands. So let me bring this like right here. Let me see how big that is compared to a player's hand. Okay. Scale it down a little. I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's really good. So this is our key part, right? And then I'm going to set the color to blue because that's just the color for, solo leveling. Then I'm going to weld it. So I'm going to need to create the handle. This is going to be the part that the player actually holds on to. So let me move it. Let me actually just move both parts so I can actually see. Okay. So I'm gonna move the part downward and stuff so we can get this to where the player is able to hold the key. Okay. So the goal is to get it down the middle. So like right there, right there. Wait, let me go here now. Boom. And then go down like that. And then let me go over, then over again, right? Then let me go down through here, go a little back, and there we go. That's going to be our handle. So you're going to want to rename this part. Well, first thing first, set the transparency to 1, rename the part to handle. You do not want can't collide on for this though. It'll be welded, so it doesn't matter. So then you're going to weld this. So insert a weld constraint to the handle. You're going to want to weld part 0 will be the handle. Part 1 will be the actual key part itself. Right, and then you're going to want to insert a number value into it, right? You're going to want to rename this to dungeon ID. So obviously the dungeons are going to be, other places. You're going to teleport the player to another place. So here you would put your ID. If you don't know how to do that, you would click view, go open the asset manager, go to places, get whatever the place is, right click, copy ID to clipboard, and then boom, throw it inside of value, and there you go. Now we have our place ID. Then once you're done, throw the key inside of the item folder, and we are done. Now we can get into the actual scripting, right? So let me go ahead and open up the local script inside of starter player. So core script local, right? Let's go ahead and get to these changes. So if we scroll down, there's not much changes honestly on the local script really. It's more so the server script. But yeah, let me just delete that space. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to add something here. The reason for this is because say if a player had a key and they were just trying to unlock a dungeon to like teleport to it, in stuff. The way it is right now, the player will be able to like it's gonna think they're trying to use M1, like trying to like trying to attack somebody. So we need to make sure that the player doesn't have a tool equipped, or sorry, not a tool equipped, a key equipped. Because obviously, if they have like a weapon, then they should obviously be able to M1. So we're gonna add an and. We're gonna say and not player dot character find first child key. This is why I said it's important to make sure you name all of them the same thing, key. The distinguishable characteristic will be the name of the dungeon inside the tooltip, right? You do not want to space in between this, by the way. The naming is very important here, right? So yeah, so we're adding this to ensure that the player does not have a key equipped and stuff, because if they do, then that means they're obviously trying to teleport to the dungeon, right? Then we scroll all the way down, we're going to add a new event. I'm going to go right here, and then I'm just going to copy and paste, save ourselves some time. Just copy and paste this in the entire quest event, Control C, Control V, right? And then of course you're going to rename the quest event to dungeon, right? And literally the only difference with this is the fact that we're going to actually manually set the text. We're going to say, now teleporting you to the dungeon. Right? Then before all this, you're going to get the sound service. Then you're going to say, click, or sorry, not click, unlock. Oh, I forgot to mention this. So I got an unlock sound. Just go to the toolbox, go to audio, and then you guys should find a click sound and stuff. Like, or should not click. You didn't click a lock sound or unlock sound, right? Put inside a sound service, and then boom, we're gonna play that sound so the player knows, they hear it and they see they are now teleporting to the dungeon, right? That's all we had to actually do on the local script, because like I said, most of the changes are actually server sided, right? So let's go to the server script service, open up the core script server. We will not be touching the module script, by the way. So I do want to get another service, so we're going to go here, and then we're going to say TPS is equal to game get service, the teleport service, because you guys already know we're going to be teleporting players to other places. The reason why, if you're wondering why I didn't name it TS, that's my normal naming thing and stuff, it's because I use TS for tween service, so I do TPS for teleport. But anyway, so someone actually brought an issue to my attention. If you were experiencing issues where like you were saving all the stuff and like some of the data was like messed up, like near the last few values and stuff, it's because I actually forgot to add agility. Agility was supposed to be number 6 instead of sense, and like sense should have been 7, available points should have been 8, and so forth. So if you're experiencing issues like that, here's the fix. Shout out to that person. I really do appreciate you, especially for watching. I honestly didn't even realize I forgot to do it, so I appreciate you. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go right before sense, so right after strength, and you're gonna say agility.value, and I just forgot to do something, but we'll get back to it anyway. We'll get back to it in a second. So you're gonna say data 6, and then you're simply just going to adjust the numbers. Adjust the numbers after that. So data 7, data 8, data 9, and then this will be 10. Then copy and paste this, Control C, then fix it down here, Control V. Before we continue, we need to add some new values, or actually, sorry, it's really just one value. And stuff, you're gonna copy and paste the own starter dagger, Control C, Control V, and then as you probably assumed, we're going to the same way the weapons work is going to be the same way like keys work. The whole point is for all items to work the same. So if you pick up a key, you own it. It's inside of your inventory. So even if you leave the game and stuff, you're going to be able to, when you rejoin, you're going to be able to access it via your inventory. You can equip the key and then use it to transport yourself to the dungeon. So we're just going to rename this to owned starter dungeon. Once again, naming is very important, so just please use the names I use unless you know what you're doing. So we're going to say own starter dungeon, Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, and then of course it's going to be a bool value and false, right? Oh, I forgot to put a space on these. I mean, you guys don't honestly have to do this. I just prefer, it's just honestly preference that I keep a space. Yeah, I don't know, it just bothers me when the comments are close. I think I might have OCD, but yeah, I don't know. So anyway, so moving on from here, we are almost done with this function, so skipping past all of that stuff. So I was getting some errors, not sure if other people were getting this, because I mean no one reported it, so I don't think anybody was having any issues with this. But like when I would test, sometimes it would say like attempt to index nil with humanoid, which pretty much just meant that the character wasn't loaded in yet and stuff. So that I was experiencing the issue occasionally, so I just wanted to add a secondary measure to just ensure that the character is loaded. So we're just going to say workspace wait for child player.name, just to ensure that the player's character has loaded, right? And that's it for that function. We can move on past that function and move past that function. And then we're going to go down here. We're actually going to modify this stat update function, right? And then I'm sorry, not stat update function, stat update event. So you're going to just put regular brackets and then quotation marks. And then you're just going to delete the period right there. And then just copy and paste it, Control C, Control V, and delete the period. Boom. That's all I have to do. Just have to fix that. And then we're not touching M1, and then we're gonna go down here to equip item, and then we're going to change this a bit. So first things first, to avoid having players, because there's no reason that a player should have multiple items equipped, you know what I'm saying, at the same time. So we're just going to clear out the player's inventory. No, sorry, not inventory. Like, we're gonna make it so that it destroys any tools currently inside of their character, which means they have it currently equipped. So we're gonna say for IV in pairs character get children enter if V is a tool, that would mean it's an item. Then we're gonna say V destroy, right? Then I'm gonna go after this, and then I'm gonna actually modify this a bit. So you know how we have the if V rename equals item name, that whole thing, right? You're going to delete this last part since we don't need it, since we already made it so that it'll just clear out the inventory of all tools, right? So we have this part, and then we're going to go after it. We're going to use an else if statement, and then we're going to say else if string dot match, and then I'm going to say item, the name of the item, dungeon. This is to ensure that, like, okay, if what the player is looking for is like a weapon, then it'll just clone it over. If it's not a weapon and it's a key, then it'll pass it over here. The reason for that, we have to do it differently because keep in mind they all have the same name and stuff, so it has to be handled a little differently. Stuff. So I'm then actually going to use another if statement inside. I'm going to say if quotation marks. Actually, it's the same thing really. Less than, be greater than, and then you're going to say dot dot dot. This time you're going to say v dot tool tip. This is why I said you're going to set the tooltip value equal to the name of the dungeon, right? Then dot 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 quotation marks less than / be greater than, and then you're gonna say equal to item name, enter. Then we're gonna say local key is equal to v clone, and then key dot parent is equal to character, right? Then we're going to set up a function. I'm going to say key dot activated. This pretty much just means the player is clicking while the tool is equipped, so they're trying to transport themselves to the dungeon. So just enter right there. Then I'm going to say core event fire client singular player, comma, then quotation marks. The name of the event is dungeon, right? Then we're going to get the dungeon ID. I'm going to say local dungeon ID is equal to key dot dungeon ID, right? That value, remember we created that. And then I'm going to destroy the key after that because there's no need to have it. Then we're going to wait 5 seconds, and then I'm going to teleport them. So TPS teleport dungeon ID, then send over the player, and boom. Right, we're also going to need this. We're actually going to need all of this. We're going to copy and paste this later down the line in a second because we're going to add some more. So I just made it so that a player is able to equip the key if they own it, and they'll be notified when they're trying to transfer to a dungeon. Now we need to make it so that the keys have a drop rate and drop out of the sky. If you watch my how to make a Souls R&D tutorial, you'll notice it's the same code. So if you have it, I would recommend just really copying and pasting it. So I'm going to create a table. I'm going to say local dungeon chances equal to special brackets quotation marks. Then I'm going to say regular bracket quotation marks. I'm going to say starter dungeon. Remember, that's one we created, right? Starter dungeon, and then you're going to say it's equal to, then you're going to put the chance. The higher the number, the more likely it is that that dungeon key will drop and stuff, right? So put a semicolon, and then I'm just going to copy and paste this, Control C, Control V, boom, right? And then I'm just going to rename this, so this will be rare dungeon and epic dungeon. Now I just want to clarify, I'm not going to actually make 3 different keys and stuff like another 2. I'm just going to have this one key and stuff, right? But yeah. Then we create a variable. I'm going to say local total chance is equal to 0, of course, right? Then I'm going to use a for loop. I'm going to say for I comma v pairs dungeon chances, enter. Then you're going to say total chance plus equal v, right? Then we're going, oh, sorry, did I do that? V, then we're gonna go out of the, okay, I do not know what I'm doing. Okay, we're gonna go after the for I loop, right? Let's go down a little bit and we're gonna use a while loop. So I'm gonna say while past that way. Now here you would probably put something like, it would be like a few hundreds of seconds, because you obviously would want keys to drop like every, I don't know, every 5 minutes, every 10, 15 minutes, whatever. You put however long you want. I'm gonna put 3 seconds simply so that I can actually test. So obviously we're not gonna sit here for like, 30 minutes to wait for keys to drop, fall from the sky, right? So I'm gonna say while test that way, enter, then I'm gonna create a variable random number is equal to math.random1, math.random1, comma, total chance. Let me just double check. Okay, I'm good, right? Then I'm gonna create another variable, local accumulated chance is equal to 0, right? Then I'm gonna set up the first for I loop, for I, comma, v in pairs, dungeon chances, enter, you're gonna say accumulated chance is plus equal v once again, right? Then after that, I'm gonna set up an if statement. I'm gonna say if random number is less than equal to accumulated chance, then enter. And then you're going to set up a second for I loop, for I to v2 in pairs, item folder, get children. Here's how we'll know which specific key to actually drop, right? So I'm going to say get children, then I'm going to say if v2, when we need to make sure it's a, it's a tool. So if v2, oh, sorry, v2 quotation marks, if v2 is a tool, and v2, remember this is the defining, so tool tip is equal to I. That's how we'll know which dungeon key it is we need to drop. Then I'm gonna say local key is equal to v2 clone key pivot 2. Here's how we're gonna determine the position. So I'm going to say workspace dot base plate. So you pretty much get whatever your floor is, whatever the main floor is of your game. You would just want to get that. So you would say workspace dot base plate dot c frame that's times c frame dot new, right? Parentheses then math dot random, and then I'm gonna say 1 comma 80 and put then comma, and then you're going to, for this I'm just gonna put 80 then comma, and then just gonna copy and paste what we first did. So the math dot oh, I did that wrong. Math dot random, sorry, not math dot rad, math dot random. Then control C, control V, and boom, right? Then that's gonna be the C frame. Now you guys can play around with these numbers to get whatever you want. Or you can just have this one in one position. It's really up to y'all. But yeah, then key dot parent is equal to workspace, right? Literally gonna follow this guy. Then key dot equipped connect function, right? Close parentheses, enter. Then I'm going to say, I'm gonna get the, first of all, I'm gonna get the player. So I'm gonna say player is equal to game dot players, find first child, key dot parent dot name, since it'll obviously be parent is the player's character, so this we'll get the player. Then I'm going to say player dot owned items folder. Here's how we'll make it so that the player officially owns the item so they can equip it at any point. I'm going to say quotation marks owned, right? Dot key dot tooltip. Then on the outside put dot value and set that to true, right? Then I'm going to say, I'm gonna actually just copy and paste this, like save ourselves some time. Copy and paste the key.activated function, control C, control V, boom. And then just like that, guys, we are, well, actually, let me just update this to player, control C, control V, boom. And just like that, guys, we are officially done. So yeah, like that, yeah, that was it. So now we can go ahead and test to make sure this works. As always, if you guys want access to any one of my scripts or models, you guys can become either channel members or Discord subscribers. Link to either one of those options can be found in the description. Highly recommend it. Okay. Okay, so first and foremost, oh well, that was lucky. So I already own a key, but I'm going to set, oh, did not mean open the toolbox. So I'm going to test it like this. I'm going to set my own starter dungeon. Oh, never mind. Oh, I guess it reset, but no, that's great. So since it reset, right, if I press M, you guys see it is not here. But if I pick up the key, you guys see how it's now. Oh, well, first of all, I'm holding it wrong. And second of all, I'm not supposed to be able to see. It should have disabled this thing is, it should have disabled the, huh. I feel like I forgot something. I really feel like I forgot to do something. That's very weird. Well, not to point you to that. Okay, so I know that works. I just need to disable it. And then I also need to fix this. Okay, so if you're wondering how to fix the gripping issue, you would just go to the tool and you would just adjust the orientation. right here. So you just play around with this. Okay, that clearly is not it. Okay, and apparently it does not want to work for some odd reason. Why doesn't it want to move? Why, I'm so confused. Why does it not want to move? Keep. Wait, this is the right one, right? Requires handle. I'm so confused. Why doesn't it? Is it like can it only be changed on the server side? Like I'm confused. Let me see. I can get to it. It's too many keys dropping down. Let me see. Okay. Orientation. Oh, we can only change the server side. Okay. Yeah. So you guys would just adjust it like this. No. So it must be Z. Okay. There we go. And then now I just need to turn it. Not like that. It must be X. So X and Z. Okay. There we go. Negative 90 and boom. And then I just need to move it forward a little bit more. So like okay, that's definitely no, that's not what I was trying to do. Maybe try Y. Okay, there we go. So like 0.5. There we go. Okay, there we go. Got it. So I'm gonna copy these. So you just copy and paste because obviously it's not gonna save. So you're going to and then you're gonna go here. Paste that for the orientation. So this is 0.5, and then boom, you've now fixed your tools grip. Now I need to figure out. I don't remember why. It is very strange because weird because like I wasn't experiencing this issue before, but hmm. But for some odd reason, the thing. But for some odd reason, I'm experiencing it now. Um, I'm trying to think. Okay, so when a player drops the key, I mean, not drops the key when a player equips the key. Um, You see, that's weird because we have it here. Item. Oh, I just realized that would have meant. Hmm. I see. I see. I see. Interesting. Interesting. Uh, I mean, I guess it's not really that big. I don't think it's really that big of a deal to really have it like that, since it's like the first time they pick it up. So, if it really bothers you guys, then I can figure out a solution. You know, just let me know in the comments and stuff. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely leave a like and subscribe. I will for sure keep the series going as I enjoy working on this series. I'll hit you guys with a part two. I mean, sorry, part two, a part 5 if that's what you guys want. If that's what you guys want, instead, show the video lots of love and support, and I for sure got y'all. Thank you for all the love and support you guys been showing on the channel. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Appreciate all y'all for watching.